Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today. And today we are going over my brand new update on this Ricochet Harlowe build. Originally we weren't using all green tree, but we've made some changes to the build and it still absolutely wrecks bosses. As you can see, it is still a lot of fun, and we are using a purple class mod here too, which is also really cool. So we're using the Shalaska. So the Shalaska is really cool. It's very strong, and it has torque impact and shotgun mode, which is very important. Now this gun you're gonna want to let it auto reload. So if you like manual reload it, so we had all 5 stacks there, now it's gone. You're gonna want to shoot it, then let it auto reload so you can get your stacks, and you're gonna want all 5 stacks when you're taking down bosses with this gun specifically. You can get as many ricochets as possible because the more stacks you have, it'll allow more ricochet. And then we're using the Swain Song. The Swain Song is just really good. It is super fun, super strong gun. It's the best shotgun in the game, plus a lot of ricochets. It says torque, impact, and Jacob. So this is just really nice here. And then we're using the Lockjaw for the takedown. This is just a lot of fun here because we get even more ricochets with the Lockjaw. The Lockjaw already ricochets everywhere, but since we're using so much in refraction, the Lockjaw is ricocheting like crazy. Now you could also use like the brick house. Brick house works really well here too. I've tried it. It works well. And you could also use the dark beast for the crystals if you'd like for crystal enemies, but the Shalaska also does work for them. And then we're using the shiny war paint. So you get 30% more fire rate, and you get 50% more fire rate on this one because that's what you're going to want. So you're going to want the shiny war paint plus 30, an extra fire rate boost on the shiny war paint, which is really good. And then we're using the Hemdaw. This is really nice. So this has radiation. Radiation is really good for her. We're using the Hemdaw. You could also use the crit knife if you'd like. Right now we have the Hemdaw equipped. And then we're using the head ringer enhancement, guns with torque license parts, gaining 25% increased damage and 100% more damage radius. This one has gun damage, pistol damage, and pistol splash radius, which is really nice for our Shalaska. And then we're using the Watts for dinner. This is triple amp, which is really nice. So when you get overshield, you get a shock bonus, 25% shock damage, and then amp, you get 150% amp for every shot, basically, with Harlowe, which is insane. And then we're using the study assistant for the class mod. This has 5 in refraction. You get 5 in refraction and 2 in distribution function. So you get 46% more kinetic damage, 40% more critical hit damage, and 53% more axial rotation, which is really nice. And then we're using 3 Deadeyes, so you get more gun accuracy, gun critical hit damage, and every critical hit grants 50% more critical hit damage per stack, which is really good. You can get a maximum 5 stacks. So we're always proccing this because we're running infinite crit. And then we're using 2 airstrikes, so you get more splash damage and splash radius. The splash radius is really nice. Plus splash damage is really nice for the Shalaska and the Swain Song, plus the Lockjaw. So overall very nice here. And then for the skill tree, we're using 5 momentum, so you get 25% more crit damage. And you're also, if you're playing with homies, your allies also get 25% more crit damage. And then we're using Neutron Decay. You get 10% gun damage per stack. You get max stacks of 5, so you get up to 50% gun damage with this. And then we're using 3 in Creative Overflow, so you get 36% more gun damage. 2 in Confirmative Reality, so you get action skill cooldown per shot, which is really nice. So there's tons of action skill cooldown. And then we're using Gamma Ray Burst, so you get bonus radiation damage of your shield dealt, which is really nice. 1 in Harlowe Certainty Principle, so you get 10% more gun handling. It's not super important. This is mostly just to get into critical funding, which is the most important skill here. Whenever Harlowe critical hits an enemy, she gains a chance to tangle it, and she also reforms a portion of her gun's magazine. This gives you infinite ammo. And then we're using 1 in Meltdown, so you get bonus radiation of damage dealt of 8%. And then we're using 1 in Nuclear Winter, so you get bonus crowd damage. And then you're going to have the also bonus radiation damage while your action skill is not active, but you're going to be getting crowd while it's active, which is really nice. We are getting radiation from Meltdown, so then we're using 9 in Refraction. You could run 10 out of 10, but I wanted to run some lifesteal, so we're running 9 in here. And so whenever Harlowe and her allies gain a ricochet chance against entangled enemies, critical hits double the chance. And it's ricochets have reduced damage, but they actually do seem to do increased damage, in my opinion. And then we have a ricochet chance when we're hitting crits of 108% because this doubles. This is really nice. 5 in Excited State, so we get infinite crit, and you get 35% more critical damage, which is really good. 1 in acceleration, so you get 3% life steal. 1 in distribution function, so you get shield restore. We only put 1 in here because our class mod's already put in 2. And then for the blue tree, we're using 1 in quantum mortality, so you get some health regeneration when you entangle an enemy, which is really good. And then we're using 5 in parallel circuit, so you get 30% more gun damage when you activate or re-trigger your action skill, which is really nice. They're using 4 in bright future, so you get a little bit extra fire rate for the spring song, plus your you can shoot your shot last skill a lot faster. And then we're using 1 in negative neutrality, so you get 1% more gun handling. 3 in precision engineering, so you get 30% more critical damage. 1 in ripple effects, so when you kill an enemy, you entangle another enemy nearby. 5 in discrete math, so you get 35% more splash damage, which is really nice. 2 in sustained reactions, so you get action skill duration on kill, which is really, really, really important for Harlowe. And this skill is overall very, very nice. Then we're using the best defense, so you get 30% damage dealt when shield are full. We're using Ritter this, so you get 1% gun damage per stack when you deal gun damage, which is really nice. And then we're using now caffeine. So you have action skill cooldown reduction when you pop your rev kit up to 25%. And then we're using Groundbreaker, so when you're shooting your enemy, you can melee the enemy for fun. You don't really need to use Groundbreaker. You could use something like In the Zone, or Pounding Afflictions, or Contamination, or you could even use damage reduction. But overall, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I blew myself up. Go Strats.